lights. Dreams heavy but her pockets light. Mama dey for bed, Papa no fit rise. She carry all the burden in her eyes. Oh, fine girl, Lagos no dey smile. Now money or love, which road you go try? Fine girl, shine your fire bright. Through the darkness you go find your light. He give you iPhone, call you my baby. Promise you heaven, but chain you daily.
300,000. That's how much it takes for my life to shift, for the world I thought I was building with stubborn bricks of hustle and prayers to start cracking. 300,000 Nigerian nairas. The number keeps ringing in my head like a church bell. That's the hospital bill Mama's doctor dropped in my hands that hot Tuesday afternoon in Ikeja General. 300,000 for dialysis, tests, and drugs. And guess who they expect to pay? The girl that sells lip gloss on Instagram and treks from Yoba to Ojulegba to save transport fare. Me. I'm Bella. 22, fine girl, at least that's what everybody says. I've heard, fine girl, no pimples, so many times it feels like an identity card. But fine doesn't pay bills. I sell lip gloss. Glow by Bella. I mix shea butter, coconut oil, tiny bottles imported from China, and hawk them online. Some weeks I sell 20 pieces, some weeks 2. But it's never enough. Medical school at Unilag is draining me, school fees choking, Mama's sickness digging holes in my pocket, and Papa. Papa can't even work anymore. At night, I sit in our one-room face me I face you in Surale, phone light reflecting on the ceiling, trying to calculate how many glosses I'd need to sell to raise 300,000 Nigerian nairas. The answer laughs at me. That's when life throws temptation my way. It was inside a lounge at Lekki Phase 1. I followed my coursemate, Lola, to one of those Friday night outings. She said, Bella, forget your stress, just come flex more. No enjoyment they cure depression. Me, I don't like club. Noise gives me headache. But Lola forced me. That's when I met him. Tunde. Mid-40s, skin smooth like buttered malt, wristwatch shining like Lego sun. He smelled of money. Not the fake boys that spray perfume on credit, but real money. We talked for maybe 10 minutes. He asked me what I do. I told him I sell lip gloss and I'm in medical school. He laughed small and said, smart and beautiful. You must be expensive. I wanted to roll my eyes, but I smiled instead. Then he leaned close and said it's the offer that will change my life. Nigerian naira 300,000. One night with me. No strings. What do you say? I laughed at first. Thought he was joking. But he brought out his phone, opened bank app, and showed me his balance. The kind of zeros I'd never seen in my life. My heart froze. 300,000 Nigerian nairas. Exactly the money I needed for Mama. Was this God's way of helping me, or the devil's way of catching me? I said yes. Don't judge me. Hunger and hospital bills don't respect dignity. That night, I followed him to a hotel in Victoria Island. Everything smelled of foreign air, white bedsheets, AC humming, champagne bubbling in glasses. I kept telling myself, just endure. It's only one night. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't even fun. It was business. I shut my eyes, let it pass, and when morning came, the alert dropped. 300,000 Nigerian nairas. My phone vibrated. My heart shook. Mama's hospital bill, settled. I wanted to cry, but instead I felt something scarier. Relief. It didn't stop at one night. Tunde became my sponsor. He started calling me my baby. Every weekend, he'd send Uber to pick me from Surale to his apartment in Lekki. He bought me an iPhone. paid part of my school fees, took me to restaurants where one plate of pasta was 25,000 Nigerian nairas. Me, Bella, that used to hide in Mama put to eat amla and yudu, now drinking wine I couldn't pronounce. But every gift came with a cost. Tunde was possessive. He didn't want me talking to boys. He'd call me at 2 a.m. to check if I was home. Sometimes, when he touched me, I felt like property. But I swallowed it. Because in Lagos, love doesn't pay bills. Money does. Then came Chike. He wasn't rich. Not even close. He was a final year engineering student, always wearing sneakers that had seen better days. But he had one thing Tunde didn't: warmth. We met in the library. He cracked one dry joke about how the generator sound in Suale is louder than Wizkid's concert, and I laughed till tears dropped. He started walking me home after lectures. He bought me suya, helped me carry my heavy textbooks, and looked at me like I was more than just a fine girl. One night, as we sat under the mango tree behind hostel, he touched my hand gently and said, "Bella, you make me forget Lagos Wala. I don't know how, but you do. Butterflies. Real ones. Flying in my belly." For the first time in months, I felt seen, not as Tunde's baby, not as Glow by Bella, not as the fine girl. Just Bella. But butterflies don't pay bills either. My life became a balancing act. Weekends with Tunde in Lekki. Weekdays with Chike in Yoba. One man funding my survival, the other funding my soul. I tried to keep the worlds apart. But Lagos is small. Too small. One night, Tunde dropped me at school in his Range Rover. Just as I was coming down, I saw Chike at the gate. His smile froze. His eyes darkened. "Bella, who's this?" he asked. "My uncle," I lied. The lie tasted bitter. Chike nodded slowly, but I knew he didn't believe. That night, I couldn't sleep. My worlds were colliding. Tunde was changing too. His possessiveness grew worse. He wanted me to quit school and move in with him full-time. He said, "Bella, medicine is stress. I can take care of you. Why struggle?" But I didn't hustle this far just to drop my dream. I wanted to wear that white coat, hear someone call me a doctor. When I resisted, he frowned. "Don't forget who pays your bills. Don't bite the hand feeding you." My stomach tightened. I wasn't his girlfriend. I was his investment. And investments don't argue. It happened on a hot afternoon in February. Someone posted my picture on a gossip blog, "Fine Unilag girl spotted with popular businessman Tunde Adewale in 6. New catch. The photo was blurry, but it was me. My classmates saw it. WhatsApp groups buzzed. Girls whispered when I passed. Chike saw it too. He came to my room that night, eyes red. "So it's true. You're with him." Tears burned my throat. "Chike, I swear, it's not what you think. I needed money. For mama. For school." But he shook his head. "Bella, you sold yourself. That broke me." Tunde saw the blog too. Instead of being angry, he smirked. "Now the world knows you're mine." I realized then, I was trapped. I couldn't leave him without losing the money. I couldn't stay without losing myself. And Chike, the butterflies had died, crushed under 300,000 Nigerian nairas and one careless photo. One night, Mama called me from the hospital bed. Her voice was weak but firm. "Bella, my child, I know you're doing things you can't tell me, just to help us. But remember, no money is worth your soul." Her words haunted me. I stood at a crossroads. On one side, Tunde, money, security, luxury. A golden cage. On the other side, Chike, butterflies, honesty, struggle. A freedom with hunger. And in the middle, me. A fine girl, juggling survival in a city that eats girls like more for breakfast. One night, as I lay in Tom's apartment, staring at the ceiling, I asked myself, what does Bella really want? The answer scared me. I didn't want just survival. I wanted dignity. A future I built with my own hands, not one funded by another man's wallet. So, I chose. I told Tunde it was over. We were in his living room. He was sipping whiskey. I said, I can't do this anymore. He laughed like I cracked a joke. You think you can just leave me? After everything I spent? Yes, I whispered. My voice shook, but my heart was steady. Because I'm not for sale. He smashed his glass against the table. Ungrateful girl. You crawl back when hunger finish you. Maybe he was right. Maybe hunger would finish me. But I walked out that night, with nothing but my small handbag and my pride. Chike didn't take me back. His trust was broken. Mama's health still needed money. My business was crawling. Life was hard, harder than ever. But each day I looked in the mirror, I saw a girl that finally belonged to herself. Not Tom's baby. Not a gossip blog headline. Just Bella. I started pushing my business again. Posting videos, DMing influencers, hawking lip gloss like my life depended on it, because it did. Slowly, sales picked up. One day at a time. I don't know what tomorrow holds. Maybe butterflies will return. Maybe not. But at least now, when I hear a fine girl, I know it's not just about my face. It's about the battles I fought, the choices I made, and the woman I'm becoming. 300,000. That's how much it took for me to lose myself. But it's also how much it took for me to find the courage to start again. And maybe, just maybe, that's what being a fine girl really means. Not the gloss on your lips, not the boys chasing you, not the sugar daddy's gifts. But the fire you carry inside.
Oh, fine girl, Lagos know they smile. I'm on your love, which road you go try. Fine girl, shine your fire bright. Through the darkness you go find your light.